So welcome to Panama. Yeah, I'm back to work. I was in Miami for a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I was in Florida for a couple of weeks. When I got to Miami, wasn't able to film too much because time restraints, and also because a lot of the yachts are actually in private marinas, which you can't get to. So I'll go into that shortly, actually. So just wanted to talk quickly about Panama. I'll show you some footage of the skyline. So it's known as the Dubai of Latin America. Having just come from Lima as well, I can see the difference in the skyscrapers, at least. The Panama Canal, which is where we are right now, we're waiting to go through the Panama Canal. We've been waiting for over 24 hours actually, so there's quite a bottleneck generally in this area because of just the volume of traffic that's trying to go through there. But I wanted to talk about the cost quickly. So the cost of a private yacht going through the canal is usually around $2,000. That's just a small private yacht. For a super yacht, you're looking at more like $4,000 to $10,000, depending on the size, and up, obviously, if it's a really, really big yacht. Commercial vessels are a whole different ball game. So the cruise ships, for instance, they're paying like $100,000, and some of the commercial vessels that are here, the container ships and stuff, are paying upwards of $100,000. The most expensive transit of the Panama Canal is a cruise ship called the Norwegian Pearl. I used to work on that ship, although not while it did the transit, but I was told that the cost of that particular transit was $375,000, which is massive. I don't know why it cost so much. Maybe there was a strike, maybe it was Christmas Day, I don't know, but it's a lot of money. So I wanted to go through a couple of questions I've had and a couple of comments I've had recently on the channel with regards to yachts and filming yachts in the marinas. So for instance, Pier 66 is an example, public in the sense that it has no restrictions for guests of the hotel, which I was at the time. So if you're a guest, you can walk straight onto the marina. There's no limitations. As for filming, it's a bit like if you own a car. You drive your car and park it somewhere, park it at a racetrack or a car park somewhere, and people will film it, and you can't really say anything because it's in a public area. So it's the same thing with a yacht, really. And to a billionaire, a yacht is just like a car. It's a toy that they have, that they take out when they feel like it. They fly to it when they want. They tell the captain where they want to go, and that's where they go. So there's no difference, really. Like I said before, if they do want to pay for a private area, there are plenty of those too. And then, for instance, the marina in Miami that I tried to film at had a guard on a gate, had a barrier, just like you were going onto a military base. There was a guy there who, when I approached the gate, he stepped out and he wanted to challenge me just to find out if I had the appropriate paperwork, which I didn't, so I didn't go in. So that was protected from that side, and on the other side of literally the other side from the cruise ship, from the island, I can't remember, Terminal Island, I think they call it, where the cruise ships dock. I drove over there and I tried to film from there. A seaplane base was there, so I wasn't able to fly the drone across the water. So from one side there's a guard, from the other side there's a natural defense, if you like, and there was a Coast Guard station there too. So if you want ultimate privacy, that's the place to go. So there are places like that all around the world, and I've had people challenge me in different places. In the Bahamas, I had someone challenge me once. I had someone challenge me in Monaco, asked me to stop filming the boat, which I wasn't actually filming the boat at the time. I was actually filming my car, but the drone was up near the boat. Somebody asked a question about how much it costs to use internet and if it's comparable to what you would pay at home. No, it's not comparable to what you would pay at home. It's much, much more expensive. The general rule is 10% the speed and 100 times the cost. So what yachts generally do is they'll have, say, maybe 3 or 4 megabytes or megabits, should I say, of internet speed when the boss isn't on board, and that's just for general day-to-day for the crew, and that will cost about it depends who you go with. There are providers just like there are on land. You've got your Comcast or your Virgin Media or whatever. Well, at sea you've got the 2 biggest companies are MTN and another company called Omni Access. They're the 2 biggest players right now. And for 4 megabytes or 4 megabits, you're looking at about between $5,000 and $6,000 per month. So yeah, a big difference in price. When the owner arrives on board, the ships, depending on who the owner is, of course, they'll generally raise the bandwidth from anywhere from 3 or 4 megs up until 5, 6, maybe 10 megs, even higher. A 10 meg connection for a month on a boat will cost you about $20,000 a month. But yeah, they generally are very expensive in comparison. And like I said, a fraction of the speed. You've got 20 crew or 30 crew using 4 megs. So it's, and also when the owner's on board, they limit it even further. So the equipment that's used to provide the internet to a yacht is very expensive. At home you have a little modem, costs maybe $100. The infrastructure that's in place obviously includes a satellite in space or a series of satellites in space. And antenna equipment on board. The 3.4 meter dome that a cruise ship has costs about $120,000. So it's an expensive business, much more expensive than on land. The speeds are getting better now at sea, but they're never going to be the same as on land. I don't think so anyway. Anyway, I'm rapidly losing the light. I hope you found this interesting, this informative. As always, if you did, be sure to click the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please be sure to subscribe and press the little bell so you also get updated when I post a new video. Alright, so if you have any questions, by the way, for future videos like this, please post them underneath, and if I can get them all in one place, it's easier, because when I try to go through old videos looking for questions, it's not so easy. So if you get a chance, if you want to have any questions, post them below and I will try to do one of these videos in the near future. All right, thanks very much. Bye.